Why did I write Black Tide? Um, I like looking at the whole picture. I wanted to understand an event like war from three different points of view. People that live the same events but then react differently and cause different things to happen. So the main character is Justin now. He thinks he's a hero. He does everything right in this life, but he finds out that in his past incarnation he was Atlantis's most powerful enemy. Why was he that? Even if the circumstances were they good? Did he do it for the right reasons? But even if he did, he hurt people. He finds out that the nightmares that he has been living with his whole life, where he kills people, they're horrible nightmares, are true, that he actually did those things. How do you come back from something like that if somebody makes a mistake or they make choices that harm people, can he forgive himself? Even if the people forgive him, can he forgive himself? Like in his journey, is redemption a thing? Yeah, it is. And people need to forgive themselves. They need to go on and challenge themselves to make better use of this life and make better difference. So he's got a lot of things, a lot of baggage that he has to work through in order to become his best self. And then we have Theros, who's the Prince of Atlantis, 13,000 years ago. And when you govern a country, like, you have to make choices that your heart isn't into. He made choices that he really didn't want to do for his people. He didn't like that. He harmed people. But why does he get to be the hero? Just because he's, an Atlantean? That's not fair. So I wanted to show his journey too. He has to live with himself, with the things that he did before. My dog's going crazy. So, and now, 13,000 years in the future, now he has a chance to make different choices. And if he does that, we'll have better outcomes. That we are eternal. So when things happen in life, we have to kind of pick ourselves up and go on. And that's what they do. And then we have Kayla, the female lead in the story. She's more powerful than either of these guys. Actually, she's more powerful than put together. She stays behind for love. I mean, how many of us have, not shown who we really are because we're in a relationship or we in a job or something where we don't want to outshine others? She does that. So for like 12,000 years, she's living a life of protector. She does the right thing. She has a wonderful love that she loses, and she is looking for him for 12,000 years. When she finally finds him, he doesn't remember her. She's betrayed by everybody that she knows and loves, except for two reptilians that are aliens among us, right? So that's true. So she is told by the people, the higher ups that want to use her, you've got a mission. Nobody else can know about it because it would kill them. You might survive, you might not. But at that point, she's been betrayed by everybody. She doesn't really care. She says, yeah, I'll do it. Of course, right as she's leaving for it, she finds out that they know her, that she's coming, and they know who she is. Like, great, couldn't you told me that before? So it's Black Tide is a story about relationships. It's about life. It's about our journey here, and how these characters go through things and learn from them. And it was my hope that maybe, some of us might get a little bit of information from their journey that it could help us in our own lives. The main thing is looking at our conflicts, why people do things, why different sides do things, one man's enemy is another man's hero kind of thing. If we look at both sides and understand the things behind it, perhaps we can get together and come up with better solutions. And usually conflicts are caused by the people that are in charge, not the people that are fighting them. So maybe there's a better way in the future to resolve things where the higher ups even can get what they want so that they're appeased, and then they stop harming everybody. Anyway, so probably too much for a Monday morning. So that's Black Tide. It's all about Atlantis. I did research for on the Pyramid of Giza. I did research from stars, the Draco connection. Thuban used to be was the son of the Draco connection, Draco constellation, and it used to be our pole star on Earth before the shift made Polaris our pole star. Draconian is in every language. Everybody knows Draconian, and that's what the characters are. They're from the constellation Draco. Came to Atlantis. They ruled. A couple of them ruled. And anyway, it's a lot of history. The teachings of Socrates, the Mayans, Edgar Cayce, myths, history, the Bermuda Triangle. Like there's like a theory about why Atlantis sunk into the sea. If you look at where Atlantis might have been, the whole floor bed is methane gas crystals. With temperature shifts, they kind of explode. So it's theoretically in my little comic book fiction that made it so that there was a big thing that happened, and Atlantis crumbled and sank into the sea, leaving kind of like a road in the Bahamas, which they have found. There's an actual road in the Bahamas underneath the ocean. So I just used everything that I could find that was like one of those ooh moments in my fictional story, to make the fictional story in a nonfiction setting so that it makes it more believable. And I like the research best. I think it's really interesting bringing science into fantasy and real history into myth. I think all that's so cool. So in Black Tide, they don't use guns. They use martial arts. They use human. They're superheroes, but they use human activities that we can all aspire to. They hone their skills. They use crystals and healing. They use flying cars and great gadgets. They have super cavitation devices on all of their ships that can go under the ocean, because Atlantis was now recreated underneath the floor bed of the ocean. It's not like with fish and everything. It's an actual hub underneath the floor bed, and they use holograms. They use all sorts of fun scientific things. Ted Maiman was a friend of my mom's. He invented the laser beam. So Ted Maiman helped me. He was a science advisor on Black Tide, and he helped me understand how the gadgets should look so that I could explain those to Mike S. Miller, a wonderful artist on Black Tide, and Norm Breyfogle also. Norm was great. I miss him. Anyway, so I'm really lucky that Ted was such a good guy and so patient with me as I came up with all these weird gadgets. Like, how would this work? With this microwave laser gun in like 20 years ago. Yeah, he helped me figure that one out. Anyway, it was fun. So Black Tide is going to continue in 2025. I'm writing the next story arc now, and so anyway, one of my favorite characters, DR, is the draconian warrior that survived Atlantis. He's lived this whole time hiding from the Atlanteans. He's Justin's, Polonius's best friend, ally, nanny. Like, he helped raise him. He's really strong, good, intelligent guy. He's always been kind through this whole time. He's done some amazing things in the last 12,000 years. And now he's back, and he reunites with Justin, his buddy, and he's here to help him take down this, he's here to help him in this next story arc where there's a big event that needs these two guys that are superheroes, but they all have human abilities, and it's a good relationship that we can enjoy. Anyway, maybe if you read the book, you'll like it. I hope so. And thanks for listening, and I love you. Bye.